going on YouTube, and welcome back to Chasing Sunsets. Let's continue. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. The last episode, well, we met Amanda, and she's a funny one. So she seems to be better from her procedure that she had, and she wants us to get a hold of Mallory, so that way she can come say hi, and we can maybe have a talk with her finally, because she's been avoiding us. So we left with an option: call Mallory or call Sophie. So we're going to call Mal. All right. Let's see if she'll answer this time. Text me. It's really important. Hey, I was just about to call you. Sure. Where are you now? On the beach. At the beach near the labs. Look, I'm really sorry about worrying you, Alex. Amanda's treatment didn't go well. I needed some time to work through some other stuff. We can talk about it later. Amanda's awake, and she's asking for you. Oh my god! Why didn't you lead with that? I'm on my way! Well, that worked. A few minutes passes before Mallory rushes into the room breathlessly. Wow, that was Mallory shoots you a complicated look as she passes, and you notice her contacts are missing. Walking right past you, she rounds the partition to the patient area. Peanut! Are you a god? He's giggling. Mallory instantly turns around and walks back wide-eyed the same way she came. Nope. Mal, wait. It's a thing she does. What? She's fine. Ish. I'm right here, you know. Mary stares at you in disbelief. Hi, Mel. Amanda, you look like I have a catheter stuck up my cooch. Oh, the doctor's on our way. I know. I'm very thirsty. Can I get some water, please? Alex, would you mind? Sure. One water coming up. You must want some privacy. I'll just pretend there wasn't a sink right behind them. You make yourself scarce for a respectable amount of time before returning with some ice water. Here you go. Thank you, Alex. He knows he was sent away so he could talk, and took his time. I like him. We can keep him. For now. You've been awake 5 minutes. You think you get a vote on who I'm seeing? My grasp of social convention is dumpster tier. It'll take some time for me to adapt. My path to normal means leaning on you and whomever we are dating. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I thought I heard you say the we word again. Mallory shoots an annoyed stare at her friend, while Amanda smirks at you playfully. Before the conversation can get any more awkward, Sophie makes a brusque entrance. I'd like a moment with our patient, please. Exchanging glances with Mallory, you step out of the office while the doctor examines Amanda. I think you look great without those lenses. Mallory looks slightly self-conscious, but doesn't break eye contact. I just needed one more little push. I'm happy everyone gets to meet the real you now. My look might have changed a little, but my personality didn't. You sure about that? Feels like you've been ghosting me the past few weeks. Well, in my defense, I've been pretty stressed about Amanda. Mary glances towards the patient area. I thought she was. Reassure her or let her finish? Let's reassure her. Sensing she's on the verge of tears, you pull her into a hug. You took a chance. Whatever the outcome, I think it was the right one. You feel Mary relax in your embrace and sigh. You're right. She wouldn't be Amanda anymore. Well, plenty of time to think about that later. It looks like they're wrapping up. To your surprise, you can see Amanda on her feet while Sophie approaches the two of you. I would not believe it if I did not see it with my own eyes. Wait, you're surprised that the treatment worked? Don't be ridiculous. Still, she's the first of her kind, so the effect on her mind was unpredictable. What do you mean? She means she knew I would wake up batshit crazy. The gene therapy was successful, but her mind is still the product of a lifetime of autism. Her cognition seems to be very ordered, but she processes information very quickly. Perhaps by your standards. But the reliability of her memory may make her dependent on others for some time, perhaps indefinitely. I have an adorable one. That's weird. She might conceivably unify quantum mechanics and general relativity in 1 minute. And quite innocently tell a woman that a pair of jeans makes her butt look fat the next. It's funny because she is fat. Oh, well, at least that hasn't changed. What will she need from us? Patient care and caution. Even I must restrain myself from overwhelming her with questions. That feels much better. I gotta pee on the autoclave. There is no textbook for rehabilitating someone who has been freed from autism. Thankfully, there is a textbook on freeing a catheter from my kitty on the console. The three of you turn around to see Amanda beaming at you victoriously with her pants around her ankles. Peanuts! You're going to point out that everyone can see my girl parts. For starters, the old you wouldn't have just dropped her pants in front of strangers. Amanda pulls up her pants with a mischievous smirk. Displaying what is on offer to a potential mate seems more efficient than traditional courtship. Oh. Oh, we are going to get along famously. Come, Amanda. I want to run some more tests at the hospital with you. But there will be time for that later. Alex, why don't you help Mallory move her belongings to the beach house? But you two are long overdue for a talk. I won't hear another word about it. Lead the way, I guess? I've been staying at a hotel in town. Let's go. Back to the harbor. Maybe she'll be willing to open up now that we're alone. Can't believe Amanda's alright. And she's so normal. Ish. Which reminds me, I better let Jay know. I already texted her on the way over. She wants to meet us after we're done here. Won't take long. I've been sleeping at Sophie's desk more than any other room. You two know the beach house is closer to the annex than the hotel, right? Yeah, might have heard something about it. If you wanted to avoid me, that's cool. Just tell me why. I'm sorry, Alex. You deserve an explanation. It's not you, it's me. Oof. You even substitute oof. First time I've been dumped before the first date. No, that's not... It was a joke. We can talk about it when we get to your room. As you enter the elevator, you notice Mallory seems tense and nervous. Something's changed. I guess it has. You don't seem self-conscious about your eyes at all now. Well, he turns to look at you pensively. I'm just done keeping up the pretense that the present changes the past. The elevator chimes and the doors open. So, this is me unfiltered. Everything out in the open. Entering Mallory's suite, you can see she was telling the truth about sleeping at the annex. You really haven't spent much time here. Mallory faces you uncertainly, her eyes brimming with emotion. Alex, Sophie tested by DNA. And? Dad, Devin was right after all. I am a freak. Can't be that bad, Mal. Just tell me what you've learned. Mallory hesitates a long moment, composing herself before the words gush forth. I'm an engineered genetic approximation of Sarah Campbell, your mother. Like, a clone? Stunned at the implication, you sit heavily on the bed, and Mallory joins you. Not as I understand it, though the lines get pretty blurry in the details. Then how? Sophie thinks Crucible is some sort of gene editing technology. To duplicate people? To select specific traits and rewrite the modified genome onto foreign cells, she thinks. Suddenly self-conscious about her eyes again, Mallory looks away. But obviously, the technology isn't perfect, or at least it wasn't when I was made. How would that even work? Mechanically, It's similar to IVF, only the zygote is edited before implantation. My mother wasn't pregnant with me and carried me to term. I may have even grown from her egg. A process intended to make minor edits like eye color replaced a whole human being with me. Devin crossed every ethical line known in medicine, using it to get what he wanted most. Mallory's voice falters, but not before you hear despair creep into it. I can see this is tearing her up, but I feel, appalled, angry, empathetic, accepting. Well, obviously not the first two. We like Mal. Mal's awesome. Accepting. Guess that explains all those little moments of familiarity. But for all the similarities, there's so many differences. Can't explain why. This doesn't change anything for me. You know, I was super close to my mother. I owe a lot of who I am to her. But as much as I loved her, I never felt towards her the same way I do towards you. Mallory looks at you in confusion. Alex, let me finish. I do see similarities. You're superficial. You're not my mother. Devin failed before he started, because what made Mom special can't be copied in a lab. Mallory's expression turns solemn and conflicted. And what makes you unique can't be manufactured in one either. I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you're not a product, you're a person, defined and shaped by the sum of her experiences. Even if someone's biological potential can be duplicated, what a person does with it cannot. You are a woman who overcame the odds to become someone my mother would have respected. The hint of a smile returns to Mallory's face. Does this unit have a soul? You stare at her for a moment in stunned silence. Mom also wasn't a huge-ass nerd. Great game, but that ending sucked. Kiss her, you better get going. No, you gotta kiss her. Come on. She eagerly meets you halfway as you lean in to kiss her. You feel a different energy in the contact this time, languid and unhurried. Parting for a moment, you lie down on the bed, gazing at one another contemplatively. Let's make up for lost time, you'd better get going. Well, you know what I want to do. You know, I've been thinking. That sounds dangerous. I was thinking we're overdue for another session. Good instructors always sense their students' needs. Begin to close the gap between you when Mallory puts her hand on your chest. I want this so much I've got butterflies in my tummy. But Jay is meeting us at the wet spot to celebrate Amanda's treatment. That was quick. Isn't that the place where... Don't remind me. I can still hear your singing in my nightmares. Very funny. I think we can be a little late. If this goes any further, we're not leaving this room tonight. No, chop chop. You can pick this up again after. No. Arriving at the elevator, you press the call button. This is a nice hotel. Why'd you swing a room right before the cyclone? Actually, I reserved it before I left Boston. I wasn't expecting a room on the yacht. Maybe you should hold on to it. We don't have another room for Amanda. She'll stay with me. Not like we haven't shared a bed before. So you are staying? I figured you'd be on the next flight out. Amanda's not ready to travel. I still have answers I'm waiting on. The elevator dings and you follow her inside. She stands in front of you as the elevator descends. And that's the only reason you're sticking around, right? Mallory lightly backs into you and grinds against your crotch. Of course, why else? Uh-huh. You can't imagine how anxious I am to get back to my job. Far away from all this tedious paradise. Her hand strays back and rests on top of yours. Nellie's confusing feelings. You feel Mary slip something cool and metallic into your hand. What's this? Mary turns to look at you. Bandit's locket. I'd like you to hold on to it for me while I work through some things. Oh, okay, are you sure? Mallory simply smiles and turns back to the doors as they open. Oh god, this douchebag. An unexpected sight of Christian sends your adrenal glands into overdrive. Yeah, of course. So he's staying here too. Christian quickly recovers, but instead of his usual sneer, he looks conflicted. Alex, relax. I'm not gonna come at you in front of security. That's not what... Look, there's something... That doesn't mean we're gonna talk it out either. Stay away from my family. Christian's face hardens, and he walks past you. The fuck was that all about? The elevator door's shut, and he's gone. Wonder why he's still here. Is that the guy? The one you kicked off the boat? Yeah, and whatever he's up to, it can't be good. I'm gonna do a little digging. I'll catch up with you guys at the bar when I'm done. Uh-oh. The wet spot. 1 hour later. Oh no, those two together? That's not gonna be good. When you arrive, you see Jay and Mallory are already talking animatedly. Wow, you two look amazing. See, he can be charming. When he wants to be. I can go hang with the captain and drink rum if you two are gonna bust my balls all night. Sit down, you big idiot. We love ya. Let me grab a drink first. Be right back. Ooh, guess 2 shots of El Espelon, blah blah blah, sure. Jay's eyes plead with you silently to ignore that request. Arriving at the bar, you see a familiar face. Is there any place on the island you don't work? Heyo, P. Diddy. P. Diddy. Weathered the storm, I see. At least I got a non-golden shower out of it. Yacht got banged up pretty bad, though. Huh, first world problems. What can I get you, machine gun jelly? Girl savage. Hilarious. 2 shots of, that, and whatever the local beer is, as long as it's draft. Hinano's probably what you're looking for. The local stuff's shit. Keely pauses and looks at Jay and Mallory joking in the lounge. Which one of them do you like? The redhead's my sister. Kinky. Hey, I don't judge. Being honest, like them both, Mallory or Jay. Ooh. I wonder how big of an impact this actually has, though. We're gonna play it easy and just go both. Play it safe. Look at you go. How do you see that working out for you? Dangerously. Well, they're clearly both into you. You got game. I'll give you that. Any pro tips? I don't speak for all chicks, but lies suck. Just stay honest, and your chances improve a lot. I'll keep that in mind. Uh-huh. Gilly hands your beer across the counter to you. I'll have the shots brought out to you. Just get my attention if you need another round. Yeah, Mel's looking really good. I like the way she did her hair. Returning to the ladies, you find them deep in conversation. So, when will you know the rest? Sophie said sequencing my genome only takes an hour, but detailed analysis takes longer. What's she looking for? I'm just worried about Amanda at the moment. God, I have so many questions. Ladies, your drinks are on their way. Seriously? She guilts me into shots and you roll up sipping a beer? If you were me, would you get shit-faced around you two? He's not wrong. Shots arrive, and Jay looks at her glass like it's radioactive. Down the hatch, girl. I think that's actually where we're going to leave it off for today. I have a feeling drinking with these two is going to be an adventure. So we'll make that an episode on its own before I get started. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you liked this episode. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Link in the description below to my Patreon if you want to give that a look. I'll catch you all in the next one.